You know, we're at the end of 2023, and you know, it's been a heck of a year for games. As I think back, there's been a lot of really great ones out there, and there's been some not so good ones out there. But this year, I'm going to be showing you some of my favorites from 2023. Hey everybody, welcome back to the Game Closet. Thank you for clicking on this video. I'm your host, Dr. Scott, and this video is Game Closet's 2023 Game of the Year. Yes, we're going to be showing you the top 10 games that I, Dr. Scott, have played this year, and it made it to this list. What's the criteria? The criteria is, did I play this game in 2023? Not, is it a new game? Is it something that was released this year by the newest, the latest, the greatest for the PS5, for the Switch, for the Xbox Series X? Wrong. That is not the criteria. Most of the games on this list are newer games. Yes, they came out within this past year. However, there are a couple on this list that are older games because I just discovered them this past year. So sit back and let's get ready to check out number 10, which is, believe it or not, it's Pac-Man Rally for the PlayStation 2. And let's have a look. Style. Mario Kart has become the gold standard for this type of racing game over the years, but you know, there are plenty of other really great games out there with other characters other than the Mario gang, and Pac-Man World Rally is right up there with Mario Kart in my opinion. I was so surprised, taken aback by this game. I would love to see a remake for current generations or even a sequel, because we haven't had a proper sequel yet. But you get to play as 14 playable characters on 15 tracks. There are different modes. Heck, they even have a Dig Dug mode in here, which I think is like really cool. There's a track based on the Dig Dug video game. I love this game, and if you have a PlayStation 2 or a backward compatible PlayStation 3, invest the whole 10 or 15 bucks it's going to cost to get this, because I'll tell you what, you're not going to regret it. It's such a fun game, and that's why it gets a place on this list. Republic is number 9 on this list. No, it's not a newer game. It came out in 2016. However, this stealth game is absolutely fantastic, and I just discovered it within this last year or so. And if you love stealth games, this one is right up your alley. Now, I'm not the biggest stealth fan in the world. I mean, I love toting guns around and just blowing holes in bad guys, but I'll tell you what, if you get a really good stealth game like Metal Gear Solid or something like that, yeah, give me more. It's an elegant game, and it definitely keeps you on your toes while you're sneaking around on your tiptoes. Yes, I meant it just that way. In this George Orwellian fascist state, you guide the main character, Hope, through this facility by watching and manipulating the cameras, door locks, and speaking with her on cell phones and speakers. It's nerve-wracking trying to keep Hope safe, and Republic kept me entertained the whole way through. Atomic Heart comes in at number 8. Now, this game reminded me of several games. It's like BioShock Infinite meets Singularity with just a peppering of Resident Evil 2 and 4. I was really anticipating the release of this game, and I played it on Xbox Game Pass rather than buying it. That may make some people give up really fast because they didn't pay $60 plus for the game. Atomic Heart takes a bit of time to get into the groove, and some of the first-person shooting elements can get repetitious, but trying to solve the mystery of what's going on, plus the insane machines and creatures trying to snuff you out, make Atomic Heart a game that I was happy that I was patient enough to get to the good stuff. Crispy crap. The Evil Within 2 is number 7 on the list, and this survival horror game from 2017 takes your character Sebastian from the bottom of a bottle of depression to his nightmares turned on their side. I love a good story in a game, but this continuation from the first game is amazing, and it really saddens me that there isn't a third installment by now. Sebastian is dealing with the death of his daughter, which caused the divorce from his wife and the loss of his job on the police force. You can craft weapon upgrades and your skills at any time as long as you have the means to do so. And let me tell you, with the nightmares I faced in this game, I am happy that I was able to utilize everything I had available to fight off the horror within this game. If you have put off playing this game, it's time to stop procrastinating and play The Evil Within 2 right now. Rain on Your Parade by Unbound Creations comes in at number 6. And even though the game came out about 2 years ago, 3 years ago, I just recently got it because I ordered it through Strictly Limited Games, I believe it was, and it was a fun and funny, absolutely hilarious game where you play as a Cloud and your job is to ruin everybody's day one way or the other. And as Cloudy, you can dress him up however you want, but there's plenty of imitation in this game. You can see that he's Solid Snake right here. He's kind of going through a level of Metal Gear Solid, but you destroy things, you cause havoc, you eventually get different powers of lightning, hurricanes, you name it, and there's all kinds of hilarity in this. So if you've never played Rain on Your Parade, you will find this very funny, and it's actually one of my favorite reviews I've ever done because, well, go back and watch it. I think you'll really enjoy it. It's quite funny. Number 5 on the list is one that I was looking for, could not find it. I was about to order it, and all of a sudden I found it on clearance at my local Walmart. It wasn't even there before. It is Evil West for the PlayStation 4. Evil West comes in at number 5, and for good reason. And one of the reasons why I'm even playing this game is because my friend John, aka Johnny Graphics from the YouTube channel Johnny Graphics, reviewed this, and he even personally recommended it to me. So you play as this character named Tommy, and you're going through the city trying to climb your way up the crime ladder, and you're killing hookers, stealing cars, robbing banks, doing what... No, wait a minute, that's Grand Theft Auto Vice City. Anyway, this game, sorry, had that mixed up. You play as Jesse, a vampire hunter, not vampire hooker, and you're going through the game, killing monsters and stuff like that in the Old West. I mean, it's a third-person shooter. It's got a great style to it. The controls are good, and there's some pretty cool weapons in this, and it can get a little gory. So, yeah, plunk a few dollars down, grab a copy of this, because I'm telling you, you're going to have a good time no matter what. Hey, it's Resident Evil 4 coming in at number 4, and yes, if you're saying to yourself, hey, there's a remake on this list, shouldn't this have, like, you know, games that aren't remakes? Well, if we applied that logic in 1989, Metallica would have won for Best Heavy Metal Album instead of the flute-playing band Jethro Tull and their Greatest Hits album. So I'm putting the stuff on this list, not the Grammys. The original Resident Evil 4 is considered one of the greatest survival horror games of all time. I will definitely agree with that. And if you want to go a step further then, this game makes that one look silly. And here's why I think it's because you can control this game so much better than the original. It looks so stunning, and they added to this game stuff that just simply wasn't in the original Resident Evil 4 in the same way. It's scary, it's smart, it's got great puzzles, it has awesome action, it has fantastic shooting. You gotta love it. I was really anticipating this game. I had it on pre-order for the longest time, and when it came out, I was just blown away. It is from a long-running franchise. It is Armored Core 6: Fires of Rubicon. Coming in at number 3, and for good reason, Armored Core 6: Fires of Rubicon is the best-selling game in the series. I would really love to have some of the older games, but they're very expensive. Go check out the ones that are for the PlayStation 2, just available in the United States. Those ones are expensive, and then the ones that are just available in Japan are even crazier. I'm not going to explain the story to you because these games have a lot of story, but you can see that the action in this thing is fantastic. The graphics are beautiful, and of course you have all the upgrading and the destruction you have with a typical mech game, but this is not a typical mech game because the control is so good and the graphics and the story are so good, you're just going to be trapped there playing this game. Trust me, it's a fantastic one, and you need this game if you don't have it already.
We're dead! No one is going to save us.
If they are criminals, then they are the ones who need saving.
So those of you who know me very well know that I love RoboCop. And yes, I did meet Dr. Peter Weller earlier in 2023. He was such a gracious and very funny and extremely smart gentleman. Dr. Peter Weller, I love you to death, man. And thank you so much for reprising your role as RoboCop in this game. Now, although my full review is still coming out in the next week or so, and you're gonna really want to see this game is set in between the events of RoboCop 2 and 3. If you're a RoboCop fan, you're really going to dig this game, and it is just hard enough to make it slightly frustrating, and it's not an easy game, that's for sure. There's story, there's voice acting, there's action, there's shooting. You've got it all right here in one tight little package. Watch my review coming soon. So here we are, ladies and jelly spoons. We have arrived at the moment. This is the Game Closet #1 game of 2023. May we have a drum roll, please? May I have the envelope? Inside this envelope is the Game of the Year 2023 on Game Closet, the game that I feel deserves all the accolades. Yes, it is Stray for the PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5. Right there. Let's check it out. Yes, Stray came in at #1 above RoboCop. Can you believe that? Well, here's why. Although I love RoboCop and I love Dr. Peter Weller and everything that this game straight out of the 80s, even though it's not made in the 80s, has to offer, Stray is a game that I just absolutely cannot wait to play through again and again. Even though I know I'm going to have the same outcome every time, it's just very fun. And, you know, you play as this cute little kitty and his little robot friend B12. At first, you're just hanging out with your cat friends, and then you fall into this pit, and this pit happens to go into this place called the Dead City, where all of these robots are living or trying to survive. So through the use of, you know, your kindness and solving puzzles and a little bit of action here and there, this stray kitty ends up pretty much saving the world. It's a wonderful and imaginative game, and you should have it in the library. Heck, it beat out RoboCop for #1 this year. Hey, thanks for watching the Game Closet 2023 Game of the Year presentation. Most of these games I've done reviews for. There'll be links down in the comments to all of those videos. We'll see you soon. Happy New Year. Hey, thanks so much for watching. Please hit the like button because it helps the YouTube algorithm spread the video to more awesome people just like you. Subscribe for more here in Dr. Scott's Game Closet, and there's plenty more where this one came from, so click on a video for more video game shenanigans. We'll see you all very, very soon.